So you've got statistics in your university essays. That's great. But here's the thing, professors really want to see. They don't just want the numbers. They want to know what those numbers actually mean. In this explainer, we are going to give you the exact language you need to turn a simple fact into a truly powerful argument. Here's how our little skill up journey is going to look today. We'll kick things off with a big challenge. Why numbers alone don't cut it. Then we'll build a solid foundation. Load up your toolkit with some killer academic phrases, learn the masterstroke of interpretation, and finally give you a blueprint to nail it every single time. All right, let's dive into part 1, the challenge. This is all about getting why just dropping a number into your essay won't get you those top marks. We need to shift our thinking from just reporting facts to actually analyzing them. So be honest for a second. Take a look at your own work. Does this feel a little familiar? Hey, it's a super common starting point for a lot of students, but we're about to seriously level up from here. Okay, this sentence is fine, right? It's true, it's clear, but it's not academic analysis. It's just a statement hanging in the air. It's missing context and, the big one, it's missing your interpretation. Think of this as the before picture. Let's start building the after. Let's move on to part 2. This is the absolute bedrock. The first, most important rule of using data in your essays is so simple, but it's crucial. You always have to introduce where your data comes from. You should never, ever just start a sentence with a raw number. Instead, use these professional intros. Think of them like a formal handshake before you present your evidence. Phrases like, according to the study, or the results indicate that, just instantly make your writing sound more credible, more academic. It's a game changer. And now for part 3, where we get to build your academic toolkit. We're going to stock this thing with the exact words you need to describe when things go up, when they go down, and how they compare, like a total pro. Let's kick things off with a classic scenario. A number has gone up. Now, you could just say it went up, but we can do so much better. We can be way more precise and academic about it. This right here is where your writing gets some serious horsepower. Instead of being all vague, you can say something increased significantly or it grew gradually. See how combining a strong verb with a specific adverb paints a much clearer picture? And boom, here's how it all comes together. Did you catch that? More than doubled. That's so dynamic and descriptive. It's way more impactful than just listing the two numbers. This is what we mean by academic writing in action. Okay, let's flip the script. What about the opposite? Let's see how this all works when you're describing a decrease. Again, the goal here is precision and using strong academic language. So here's your new go-to vocabulary for any time a number goes down. Did it fall sharply, or did it just decline? Picking the right word adds a whole new layer of analytical depth to what you're saying. And there's the result. This sentence doesn't just give you the facts, it actually characterizes the change. That phrase, sharp decline, tells your reader that this wasn't just some minor dip. It was a pretty significant event. All right, now for another skill that is absolutely essential, making comparisons. It's actually pretty rare that you'll look at a piece of data all by itself. You're almost always going to be comparing it to something else, another group, a different time, another result. These phrases are basically the glue that holds your argument together. They let you draw these really clear relationships between different pieces of data. When you use words like whereas or in contrast to, you're signaling to your reader that you're actively analyzing, not just making a list. The really great thing here is that the sentence structure does all the heavy lifting for you. It introduces the first group, uses one of those awesome comparative phrases, and then brings in the second group. It's simple, it's clear, and it's a super effective way to present data that you're comparing. And now we've arrived at part 4, the masterstroke. I'm not kidding, this is the single most important step that separates a pretty good essay from a truly great one. This is where you stop just describing the data and you start explaining what it actually means. Just look at this transformation. We go from a basic fact to a real academic interpretation. The second sentence answers that all-important question, so what, right? Why does this 75% figure matter? Well, because it suggests something important about student well-being. This is the analysis your professor is dying to see. These phrases are your keys to unlocking that deeper level of analysis. When you use a phrase like, "this indicates that," or "this highlights the importance of," you are literally telling your reader what conclusion they should be drawing from the evidence you've just given them. All right, let's bring it all home with part 5, the final blueprint. We've gathered all the pieces. We've got the foundation, the toolkit, and the masterstroke. Now, let's put them all together into a perfect, repeatable structure. And here it is, a super simple 4-step formula for every single time you write about data. 1. Introduce the source. 2. Present the number. 3. Describe it using your new toolkit. And 4. Explain its significance. Seriously, follow this structure and you really can't go wrong. And this is exactly what that final step, the explanation, looks like out in the wild. Notice how it moves way beyond just the numbers. The part that says it suggests academic pressure is intensifying gives the analysis, and findings highlight the need for support, explains the real-world implication. That's the goal right there. Okay, before we wrap up, here's a quick checklist of some common traps to avoid. Don't just list numbers without saying what they mean. Try to use formal language instead of words like a lot. Mix up your introductions, and always remember to explain the so what. Keep this list in mind when you're editing your next essay. So, at the